It's the 2K Sports pregame show, presented by Kia.
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with my colleagues, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll see the Golden State Warriors as they play against the Philadelphia 76ers. Taking a look at the 76ers, they may have some challenges, but this is a game they have had circled on the calendar and want to deliver the top-notch performance they know they can. And of course, we'll have a chance to see Klay Thompson. Shaq, at this point in his career, where do you rank him among the top shooting guards in the league?
I'm going to have to go number 2.
Wow.
His counterpart is number 1. And his counterpart,
How can his counterpart
top
be
shooting guards.
Yeah, I think he's
A two-guard.
Two guards.
Oh, okay, my bad. Well, you say guards. You said,
No, top shooting guards.
Okay, start again.
well, hold on. A shooting guard is a guard that shoots.
No, it's
No
a two-guard.
question.
Point guard, shooting
Listen,
guard.
man, you're trying to mess me up here.
Well, there's a power forward and a small forward. Usually the small forward is a little
No,
smaller
you
than
just
the
say
power.
forwards.
No.
No?
All right, re-ask the question. Two guard, okay.
Okay. How do you rank him among the top shooting guards in the league?
Well, the shooting guards mean two guards or
Yes.
guards that shoot?
A two-guard.
All right, two guard. Thank you, Ernie, for that enormous clarification. I would probably say he's the number 1 two guard in the league.
Ahead of Jimmy Butler.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Ahead of James
yes.
Harden, although Harden
Yes.
does bring the ball up.
Yes, yes. His form, the way his shot looks, and what I really love about this guy is he's not worried about his stats. But if you ask him to step up, he can definitely step up into the attic.
I agree with Shaq because when he's on fire, he's one of the most exciting players there is and can completely take over games.
Time now for tip-off. Kevin Harlan will have the call, and we will see you later.
So if you say shooting center, that means I'm playing the 2 now?
Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. Home court advantage goes to the Warriors playing here at the Oracle Arena. And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge down on the sideline. David?
Well, Kevin, few people saw it coming, but Stephen Curry has claimed the mantle as the league's best player. Draymond Green said it was the way Curry came back even better last season that solidified it. He said everything in basketball is usually a year behind. You've got to see it again to really believe it and get confident enough to say it. Kevin?
His teammates know firsthand what an impact he makes, David. Thank you.
And this Warriors team, so dominant on so many levels. But for me, what energizes them is that fluidity and that unselfishness of their offense. I mean, it's so much fun to play that way, and that joy feeds into every aspect of the game.
So Philadelphia will get the first possession. A look at the 76ers starting group. Simmons and Okafor together down low. Henderson out there with Jared Bayless, and it's Covington in at the small forward.
Just a tremendous feel for the game. Simmons is so gifted at reading the floor.
And the Warriors with such terrific decision-making and ball movement, it's hard to beat them playing old-school isolation offense.
And modern NBA defenses make it hard to score that way. Meanwhile, the Warriors are able to create open looks time and time again with their skill level and constant motion.
And it's Okafor missing. 76ers on defense. Outside, Green. On the wing, Thompson. Green, the screen. Thompson against Henderson. Just 5 to shoot. Durant. Stolen by Henderson. Stolen by Thompson. Here's Durant. And Kevin Durant with the slam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And here is Green. Pachulia inside, covered by Okafor. Durant, no good.
The clear look at the hoop, he doesn't miss many of those.
And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Henderson kicks to Covington, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Oh, Covington really is fantastic at getting his arms high in the air when he's attempting a shot inside. Really gives the defense no chance to catch up to it or get to it.
The 76ers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And Bayless kicks to Simmons. Back to Bayless. He dishes it to Okafor. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Thompson against Henderson. Here's Durant. That one good for 2.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Which is exactly why they better start D'ing him up before he really gets ahead of steam up. That's the idea. Shut him down before he gets going.
The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
Really like watching Simmons go to work down low with his length and strength. There aren't many guys that can keep up with him.
Out to Thompson. Stolen by Henderson. And it's Bayless in the corner. It's good from long range.
And, you know, Sixers head coach Brett Brown, an assistant coach in San Antonio for over a decade, helping them win 4 NBA titles. Pretty drastic transition going from coaching one of the winningest teams in the league to one that's really, really struggled.
Oh, that's just an emphatic throwdown there.
That one reverberated throughout the building.
No soft stuff out of this guy.
Now here's Simmons. He kicks it to Okafor. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Simmons with it. He's against Green. Clock at 4, and that's going to be a travel. And the Warriors making a change here. Iguodala's checked in. Then for the 76ers, Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Robert Covington. And Rodriguez is subbed in for Jared Bayless. Curry kicks to Green. Rodriguez against Curry. Lets it go with a 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Curry's got 6.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
Henderson kicks to Simmons. Pass to Okafor. Takes a shot at the elbow, and the rebound goes to the Warriors. Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
The shot's good.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Now here's Rodriguez. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Here's Curry. Goes back up, and the layup is up and in. In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Warriors.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
Here's Grant following the basket by Stephen Curry. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Curry just giving them fits. Already with 8 points, and he's knocked down a pair of 3-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total.
And what's crazy to think about with Curry is that he was signed to such an affordable contract before he, too, made the leap to stardom because of concerns about his ankles. That has not, though, recently been a problem for him.
And the team must be thanking their lucky stars for that good fortune. Very serious concerns at one point that Curry would never be able to play a full season. Had the procedure done to take away tissue and change his approach with ankle sprains, and he's been as good as it gets.
West is checked in for the Warriors. Ian Clark comes in for Thompson. Here's Rodriguez. Dishes to Embiid. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Clark kicks to Durant, and there's the 3-second violation. Shaun Livingston, he's checked in for Steph Curry. The 76ers trail by 11. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Luwawu. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
That's outstanding hang-time improvisation right there.
Philadelphia shooting their first free throw of the contest. Warriors leading by 8. Livingston kicks to Durant. Taken away by Rodriguez. And now Philadelphia on the break. Here's Grant. And the rejection by Iguodala. Outside Durant. He knocks it down right at the buzzer.
That's a shot he'll never forget. As dramatic as they come.
He's got a special knack for the big moments. The bigger the moment, the better he is.
And certainly one of the game's bigger personalities, Draymond Green, had this to say about his approach to leadership.
Most importantly, it's just about how the guys respond to me. And, just really bringing that energy and that attitude and that fire each and every night, every day, whether it's in practice, whether it's, in the game, whatever it is, just always bringing that energy and that passion.
A heart and soul guy. Draymond Green has the kind of spirit, guys, that everyone else can just kind of feed off of.
Yeah, his talents and contributions now being appreciated. He's forced his way into the discussion of top 10 players in our league.
And we welcome you back to the NBA here on 2K Sports. And we're ready to get going once more. And the players having a chance to have a short break and get some rest themselves and get refueled and hydrated with some Gatorade. More terrific basketball in store for us tonight. And for the Warriors, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Not sure you can play any better offensively.
Very few bumps in the road so far. It's been an easy ride for them.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And Golden State looking at who they've got. They've got Pachulia, Iguodala out there with West. Then there's Livingston, and it's Clark in at the 2 spot. And there's the pass to Luwawu. Knocks it loose. To the paint. And Noel throws it down.
Boy, I tell you, his dunking skills are special. Noel really pounds it through the hoop when he gets a chance to.
Feeds to Clark. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Livingston, no luck. The 76ers trail by 11. Well, the Philadelphia 76ers overseeing one of the most drastic and methodical rebuilds in NBA history over the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, and they set league records, guys, for losing along the way. And eventually, amidst the league-wide criticism, ownership decided to change course and shake up the front office. It's easy to find fault with the process, but it is true the team is in a better position now than it was back in 13.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, there's no doubt that the Splash Brothers are the most dangerous backcourt in the NBA. Steph Curry is the MVP, but he said of Klay Thompson, "I love playing with him. How much better he's gotten since day one is kind of scary. He's such a great two-way player, and he isn't anywhere close to hitting his ceiling." Kevin?
Thanks, GA. They're one heck of a tag team. Warriors leading by 11. Kicks it to Pachulia. Here's Clark. His three-pointer's off the mark. The 76ers have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. And it's the Warriors on the break. Here's Livingston. But they recover it. Here's West. And it's Noel with the rebound. West with the steal. And the dunk by West.
Timeout. And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
And the Warriors with some changes. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Pachulia. And it's Klay Thompson in for Ian Clark. And Bayless kicks to Covington. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andre Iguodala. That's his first foul. Quarter two and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Here's Bayless. Another shot. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a 3-point opportunity.
Full throttle, pedal to the metal, attacking basketball. I like that.
Second free throw, no good.
Well, I tell you what, so much excitement to see Joel Embiid finally on the hardwood, regarded as the likely #1 overall pick in the 2014 draft before he fractured a bone in his foot. He's finally getting a chance to show what he can do on the court.
The 76ers making a switch here. Okafor's checked in.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
He rifled that one in from distance. Thompson's got himself on the board with 3 there. The 76ers trail by 14. And for Embiid, 2 separate surgeries on his foot, missing years of action. You hope he can find a way to stay healthy.
Yeah, I would certainly agree with you there, Kevin, but it's difficult when you're as big as he is. He's a 7-footer, and that puts a lot of pressure on the feet, and he's already seen a couple of issues where he's missed time. Reminds you a little bit of guys like Bill Walton, Yao Ming. Those guys had a tough time playing a long time because of foot problems, but if Embiid can stay healthy, I think he's got a chance to be truly special.
Gerald Henderson, he's checked in for the 76ers. There's the dish to Okafor. They get a hand on it. The feed now to Henderson. Here's Covington. West with the block. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Covington's shot is off. Warriors leading by 12. Here's Green. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
I'll say, I mean, that's when you expect the defense to be tightening up, not backing off or backing up.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Now here's Bayless. 1:41 left to play in the first half. Baseline try. It's rebounded by West. West has got 5 rebounds tonight. And you know, you look at the depth of the Warriors, never mind their dominant starting 5, Greg. Their reserves are as good as some starting units in the NBA.
And for some teams, that can cause problems, where guys aren't playing as much as they feel they deserve. When you're playing for a team that's competing for a championship, though, players understand that some sacrifice is required.
And it's Thompson with the jam.
Oh, fellas, that was a vicious 2-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one.
Well, guys, I'm glad they didn't try because I don't want anybody to get hurt out there.
The drive by...
Oh, goodness. Talk about bringing the heat, the thunder, and the lightning on that pound.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. Thompson outside. No good from outside. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
Different look here for the Warriors. Pachulia, he's checked in for West. Durant comes in for Andre Iguodala. Clark, he's checked in for Thompson. And it's Stephen Curry in for Sean Livingston. To stop the run, and Simmons with the nice bucket inside. Simmons got his second basket of the game.
And Simmons really using his insane athleticism on that drive. A remarkable penetrator who really carves up the defense.
Knocked loose. Here's Green, and Green slams it in.
Oh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. The Warriors on top, running away with this one. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Draymond, a strong first half offensively for the team. What are you doing right?
I mean, we're just letting them show us what's open. You know, you got to just make sure we stay patient on the offensive end and let them tell us what play to make, where the open man is. We've been doing a great job of that. We got to keep it up in the second half.
Yeah, the defense leads you to the open man. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you've enjoyed our first half of action. I'm Ernie Johnson welcoming you back. Shaquille O'Neal is right there. Kenny the Jet Smith is right there. And this here is the halftime report. What a start it was for Stephen Curry. He had 12 points and 2 rebounds. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
They have run their offense straight out of a coach's textbook tonight. Both ball and player movement have been excellent. And the result of all that movement, almost all high-quality shots they're generating. It's pretty to watch. Very good fundamental basketball.
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Philadelphia?
Well, they got a ton of issues to work out. Allow way too high a percentage to be shot against them. Not really showing any energy on defense. No discipline. Look at their faces, Ernie. Do they even want to be here?
That'll do it for now. Second half coming up. We'll see you after the game.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
Golden State's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight, 50% exactly. And so in the game for the 76ers, Simmons and Okafor together down low. Jarrett Bayless is out there with Henderson, and it's Covington in at the 3. The Warriors have been perfect so far from the free throw line, 6 for 6. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Here's Simmons. To the middle. And that one's good by Henderson. Henderson's got 6.
And their solid play in the paint continues, guys.
And that's been their focus, it seems, throughout the game. I like the discipline that they've showed in terms of creating those opportunities on the inside.
Now here's Durant. Good, and Curry gets the assist. 14 points for Kevin Durant.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. And the Sixers had been regarded as one of the most analytical front offices in the league. With the new front office, it'll be interesting to see how their approach changes.
Well, will they keep the same up-tempo style, shooting threes and attacking the rim? This had been an organization willing to challenge convention in a lot of ways. We'll see if, in fact, that continues to be the case with the front office turnover.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Out to the right wing. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Clock at 6. Curry tries again. And Pachulia with the lay-in. Good.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Greg, the play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
And the 70.
Great job, guys. Nice work. Take a seat now. Let's talk.
Caught a lot of flack around the league, but people might forget where the Sixers were in 2013 when the team decided to rebuild. They hadn't had a winning season since 2004. Injuries and failed trades had gutted their roster. It was time to hit the reset button.
Joel Embiid. He's checked in for Jahlil Okafor. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Passes it to Covington. From outside the arc. Nailed from three-point land. Covington's got 5 now.
And, you know, whenever Covington is squaring up like that, he's money. Just an exceptional shooter with range for days.
Here's Curry with the 3. Another 3 for Golden State. And the Sixers, for 3 seasons, showing a single-minded focus on rebuilding through the draft. They took a long-term view and sacrificed short-term success. We just saw them get the #1 overall pick in the draft.
Yeah, and the goal really was not just to be a solid team. They wanted the star talent to compete for titles when it was all said and done. Now, again, it's difficult to watch. The journey's been hard. I understand the thinking, and we'll see if it pays off the way they envisioned.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we've seen the Warriors become a powerhouse franchise, but sometimes great teams can overlook opponents. Coach Kerr takes a cue from Greg Popovich and talks about what he calls appropriate fear. Draymond Green explained, you're not going to be scared or back down from anyone, but have appropriate fear, which just means respect them. Respect that they can beat you. Kevin?
Thanks, D.A. It's always about focus. Bayless's shot is off.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
Pachulia the pass to Green. Stolen. 4-on-3 break. Here's Bayless. Banked in off the glass. Bayless has got his second basket of the game.
And really, once he got that steal, just really nothing the defense could do.
That's why turnovers are so costly, because in many cases, they're indefensible once possession changes hands.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. And Joel Embiid, a big man with franchise player potential. Talk about what makes him special, guys.
Well, I think it's his size, his athleticism. And what I liked when I watched him at Kansas was how he improved so rapidly. Almost from game to game, you saw major strides in his performance. He can score inside and out. He can block shots. He defends. He runs the floor well. There's a reason he was drafted 3rd overall back in 2014, even with a broken foot.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. West is checked in for Pachulia. Iguodala comes in for Draymond Green. And Ian Clark subbed in for Thompson. Now here's Rodriguez. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Stauskas kicks to Rodriguez. That 3 off the mark. Golden State's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%, 7 of 13 on threes. In the corner, Iguodala with it. Stauskas inside the line. Warriors with the rebound.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
And for Kevin Durant, guys, when he left Oklahoma City to join the Warriors, he knew he'd face a backlash. I mean, fans in Oklahoma City, some felt betrayed. Critics who said he took the easy way out. But in the end, he went with his gut. He decided to face that criticism and go outside his comfort zone and his safe haven, if you will, in OKC.
And the 76ers making a change here. Sarge has checked in, and Philadelphia calls time here. And for Durant, his choice to join the Warriors, Greg, seemed to be about winning, but also about the culture that they have developed out there.
Yeah, I mean, the Thunder had often been criticized for the way their offense would at times break down into the quote-unquote hero ball, but the Warriors play an unselfish style. Players who love to pass the ball and who can also get along great off the court. I think that was a huge part of what attracted KD to the Warriors. And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Yep, that one goes in there. Rodriguez has got his first 2 points.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Durant dishes to Livingston. Durant against Rodriguez. 5 to shoot. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Durant's got 10 points in the quarter.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
To the middle, it's tipped, and it goes out of bounds. That one off West.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
And that's why he sold out for it, because he knew he had to make that play. He wasn't going to let them get the advantage.
Luwawu is checked in for the 76ers. Now, here's Grant. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Here's Saric. Sinks the three-pointer.
And that field goal percentage climbing now above 50%. They look like a different team here in the second half.
Here's Durant. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in the game.
And at the charity stripe a season ago, he didn't miss many. 90% on the year.
Yeah, that's a great asset to have, guys, for any team. Coming down the stretch in close games, you got a guy who's confident and very good at the line. When he steps up there, you feel good about it.
Grant, that's good.
Well, I tell you, I like the fact that Grant is selective in the shots that he takes. He's looking for quality. If he senses the defense is playing off him, as the pass is coming to him, he's prepared. He's getting shot ready as the pass is in the air.
And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the 4th.
And to me, guys, it looks pretty clear-cut on the instant replay. I mean, the ball was out of his hands in time. I think they'll confirm this one pretty quickly.
Well, I can't see how they'd come to any other conclusion. I mean, we have a good look at it on the replay. The clock's still ticking when it left his fingertips.
And they've overturned the call. The replay was conclusive, and that one's going to count.
And, Kevin, an example of why it's good to have replay. I don't know what kind of impact it'll have on the final result, but you always want them to get every call right.
And as we conclude the 3rd quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Warriors ahead, opening up a huge gap. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the 4th quarter. He's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Livingston is out there with Ian Clark. Then it's Thompson. Then there's Anderson Varejao. And it's McAdoo in at the power forward position. That's the Warriors 5.
Boy, Okafor, for a big guy, certainly quick on his feet. Never afraid of taking it to the basket when he's got an opportunity.
Now the 76ers with it. Rodriguez with it. Pass to Luau. Pick by Okafor to the paint. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
And they have picked it up offensively here in the second half. Ball movement, getting high percentage shots. You can definitely see a difference.
Here's Thompson, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
You know, give Klay Thompson a tremendous amount of credit for not only knowing his role, but accepting it. I mean, he is the perfect sidekick to go along Steph Curry. And, you know, some people talk about maybe he goes somewhere else to be a bigger star. He is a superstar in our league. He just accepts the fact that maybe I won't get every individual accolade in order to chase the hardware. And kudos to him, because there's not any jealousy that's really accumulated over time between he and Steph. It's more of a brothership and respect that they have, and that's why they've been one of the more dominant teams we've ever seen.
Got a piece of it. Out left to the wing. The 3 ball. Here's McAdoo. The shot, no good. Now the 76ers take it the other way. To the paint. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot 1 more at the free throw line. And one thing I thought was such a great comment from Klay Thompson, Greg, was when he was asked if he would...
Now that's how we play the game.
Start it.
Bring it in. Let's go. Listen up. We have these guys back on their heels. And now they're playing like they're desperate.
Titles as a sidekick, also knows just how lucky he is to be the backcourt mate of Steph Curry.
Different look here for the Warriors. Pachulia, he's checked in for Varejao. Draymond Green comes in for James Michael McAdoo. Andre Iguodala, he's checked in for Ian Clark. And Steph Curry is subbed in for Sean Livingston. Covington passes to Bayless. Green against Noel. He feeds it to Embiid. Here's Henderson. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Golden State's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Here's Curry, and the jam by Stephen Curry.
And that fella can flat out fly, can he?
Reminds me of a young Greg Anthony out of UNLV,
goodness.
no doubt about that. Just look at the elevation he climbed to right there.
Kevin, you just made my knees hurt.
That's what sets him apart from so many other point guards in the NBA.
Henderson kicks to Covington. Off target from outside. Warriors have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the 4th quarter. Now here's Iguodala, guarded closely. Drops in the layup for 2.
And this collapse we've seen by their interior defense, it's really the reason why they've struggled and are in such a hole.
Well, you know, against a player of his caliber, you know, those layups sometimes are going to come no matter what the defense throws at it.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Sarge comes in for Noel, and it's Jeremy Grant in for Robert Covington. Now here's Curry. The 3. Henderson pulls it in. He dishes it to Saric. Another miss by Philadelphia. The Warriors have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the 4th. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Outside Curry. From 10 feet out. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Curry's got 21 in the game.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
You know, he relishes doing that, too. I mean, I've watched him in the past. He loves to make an opponent feel the pain because of how good he's playing.
This one for three, and it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Embiid's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Henderson, no good. The Warriors have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth, 4 of 9. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. David West, he's checked in for Green, and Ian Clark subbed in for Klay Thompson. Philadelphia also making some changes. Luwawu is checked in for Joel Embiid. Stauskas comes in for Gerald Henderson. And Rodriguez is subbed in for Jared Bayless.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Warriors.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today. A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Kevin Durant. Every inch of the floor was his tonight as he came out and injected an energy into every play.
Iguodala dishes to Pachulia. Here's Curry with the 3. He makes his 9th shot of the game. He has only missed 4.
The fans are just loving what's going on here tonight. A really good win for the home team.
It sure is. I mean, they kept this crowd in the game, gave them plenty to cheer about, and really use that home court advantage to their advantage.
And Luwawu gets it to go.
You know, not necessarily what you're looking for, but still able to convert.
It's Curry outside. Another 3 for Golden State.
And they're not finished just yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, not taking any chances, Greg. This is how you close a game out. Textbook.
Stauskas kicks to Grant. Rodriguez outside. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks a lot. Clay, what was the key to the win tonight?
Just do it as a team. You know, it's not an individual effort. We're a real deep team this year. We got a lot of guys who would start on some good teams, so we just did it collectively.
Clay, great effort from everyone. Thanks again. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. Now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Stephen Curry. One could say he had quite a fourth quarter. Completely shut the door on any attempt by the other side to sneak this one out.
You want to talk about domination? You want to talk about domination? This is it tonight. The combination of talent, competitive spirit was unmatched tonight. Adjustments were made by the other side, but when they made them, he adjusted right back.
I've never, ever seen a small guard dominate a game like Steph Curry is able to do. Not his father, not his grandfather, not anybody. This kid right here brings a special excitement to every game he plays. This kid right here is the game right now. If you want to watch basketball, you better watch this guy. He's that type of player I've never seen before. Wow, what a player he is.
And that's it for tonight, but we've got a whole new NBA season ahead of us. For Shaquille O'Neal, for Kenny the Jet Smith, for Kevin Harlan, wherever he might be, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again very soon.